Alrighty, Jack. Can hear myself successfully.
We're not live, right?
I'm just about to ask him. Are we live yet? Or tell us when we're live, I guess. All right. Excited for this, Gannon.
Oh my gosh.
I'm super excited.
These are fun.
Yes.
I have fun doing this. Okay.
Jack, we live? This music is too loud. I can hear it really well through my headphones.
Yeah, I need to turn it down.
Come on, let's go, Jack. I know you're trying, but, like, you got a minute.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to York Community High School for the 47th annual Tosh Holiday Classic. This camp features a line of live
You're unmuted. Okay. Jack, we live?
Please follow the mask mandate and respect everyone's safety. This is what is required to have a seat.
I guess we can look ourselves. Should be awkward if we are live. If we are live, hello. Welcome back to YSN.
Starting at a guard, a senior number 1, Hayden Sullivan.
Oh.
Another guard, another senior number 5, Tabari Johnson.
Click that. So, Aiden Sullivan is starting. Looks like we are.
Yeah, we are.
Live.
We are live.
Hello and welcome back to YSN, York Sports Network. Today we are covering the first game in the Campbell Gym of the winners bracket of the tournament of the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. Today we will be covering Conant, who just came off a thrilling victory over St. Ignatius.
That buzzer beater.
Double clutch buzzer beater 3 by who was just announced as the starter, Colin Frankia with the buzzer beater. What a play by him! That was really impressive.
Yeah, that was.
And another thing that has impressed me is this entire starting lineup of Conant. The Conant Cougars have a really deep starting lineup. There's not a single, not flaw, but there's not a single weak spot.
Yeah.
They're all really good. They all had stretches where they took over the game, whether it's offensively or defensively. This team can take over from any of the 5 starting spots.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things we'll see in this tournament is these, again, these teams that have multiple guys that can create their own shots and create for others is always going to be a positive and can lead you to have a ton of success in this tournament.
For sure. Speaking of which, the starters are for the Conant Cougars right before tip is Colin Frankia, Michael Sheehy, Yusuf Cisse, Camden Lasos, and Isaac Hanley. As Colin Frankia has the ball, passes it off to Yusuf Cisse. And then for Lyons on defense, it's Aiden Sullivan, Tavari Johnson, Billy Batch, Will Carroll, and Nicholas Polonowski. Tavari Johnson with the drive, going to his right hand, scoop layup, and good. What a shot by him. He can do that really well. He can really drive to the basket well and is a good defender as well. As you can see here, him defending, in my opinion, the best player on Conant, Yusuf Cisse. Between him and the guy who has the ball now, Camden Laso. Both amazing.
Yeah, he is elite on transition, and he loves to, whether it be, creating these plays off forcing turnovers,
Lathos
or
with
again,
the baby hook.
just off the rebound. He is dangerous on the drive and attacking the rim.
Lasos with the little baby hook getting inside on Polonowski. My apologies for the mispronunciations. Billy Batch with the ball at the key, driving left, stops, gives it to Tavari on the low wing. Up to Polonowski, back to Tavari, drives baseline, stops, pops, good. Nothing but net. Has all 4 points so far. It looks like Lyons is coming out with their press defense early.
And this is how they cause havoc and pressure against opposing offenses. And as we see with Tavari Johnson, that quick 4 points, he is, one of the best players in this tournament. That's being shown by his, he's to be going to Akron, a D1 recruit. And just like that, it's a 7-2 lead for Lyons.
And Polonowski answers Yusuf Cisse's airballed 3 with a 3 of his own. to show who's the better shooter. And that's one thing I really like about this Lions team is when you have a star like Tavari Johnson who's going to go to college for basketball, then here with the block by Billy Batch, what a play there defensively to stay in front of his defender, pushing up the floor, three-pointer by Polanowski. He's feeling it. He's got another 3 under his belt already with 6 points. Timeout, Conant. That's a quick timeout. But as I was saying, is that a lot of teams, you know, live and die by their star. You know, if they have one guy who's going to college for this, they live and die by him. It's either he scores 30 and they win by a lot, or he scores 10 to 20 and they don't win. But with this Lions team, what's really impressed me is the way that this roster is able to play around Tavari Johnson.
Yeah, and we see that, like, again, there you have a drive-heavy Tavari Johnson and 4 shooters around him. So when he collapses the defense, multiple guys can just hit these pull-up threes that makes their offense so dangerous, and we see this with an early 10-2 lead.
Coming out of the timeout, it doesn't appear, since it's only been 2 minutes, it doesn't appear to be any changes in either rosters. They're going to keep with their starters. As Conant takes out the ball to our left, your right. That is Isaac Hanley. Really surprised me defensively the last game. Great, created a lot of turnovers that really helped this team be able to beat the St. Ignatius team with their big 3. Yusuf Cisse squaring up Tavari Johnson, drives to his right. Now going baseline, kicks to the corner, back to the top of the key, 3-pointer Hanley. No good. Defensive rebound here by Aiden Sullivan. Over to Tavari Johnson. Going to switch over to his right, give it down, lay down pass. Missed opportunity there by Will Carroll. Bringing up the ball is Sheehy. Over to Cisse again. Back to Sheehy. On the wings, Hanley down, under to Frankia. Back up to the top with Sheehy. Good job here by the Lions defense. Looks like they're running a man defense here. They're really able to do this well because their entire team is athletic. Even though they do have big guys in like Polanowski and Will Carroll, both very tall guys, they are still able to keep in front of these smaller guards. Example here, much bigger Polanowski is able to stay in front of Sheehy as Yusuf Cisse tries to drive baseline unsuccessfully. As the Lions bench gets hyped because this defensive possession is really impressive.
Yeah, they've been allowing absolutely 0 straight line drives, and this has prevented them from creating any offensive opportunities being seen by this very long possession.
And Conant did this too at the beginning of a great steal here by Will Carroll, driving, stops, resets back with Johnson, who looks for the free, looks for a pass. Unfortunate as went off Conant, it looks like. Stays here, probably should have taken the 3 as we have 2 new players check in. Number 5 for Conant, and that would be Leonard Amedi, as well as it looks like, I want to say number 12. Yes, number 12. Lay down pass here. Aiden Sullivan under the basket layup. Really good job. And that's Sharayas Taluri. Once again, sorry if I mispronounce any names. Yusuf Cisse with the ball, squaring up Johnson. Good pick there by Tillery. Back to the other side. Tries to get Lathos inside. He was super effective last game, no matter who was guarding him inside. Lathos with the hook again, misses this time, a little short arm. Aiden Sullivan with the ball, pushing the floor. Goes all the way to the basket, kicks to the corner. Number 11, that's Billy Batch with the 3. Great job there. Extends the lead 15-2 in favor of Lions. Really coming out hot in this game. Only missed 1 3 so far, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, their offense has been just phenomenal so far. Getting the ball in transition, and again, it's been their defense setting up their offense. Being able to get these live ball offensive possessions, and
3 here.
Wow.
Way off the mark. That's their second air ball from a corner 3. That's not a good look for the beginning.
Here comes Tavari. And that's one of the things that, I mean, that's the second time he's created a wide open look in the paint, but sadly it's an open layup has been missed. His passing ability is one of the best in the tournament. Being able to get downhill, get in the paint, collapse defense, and just drop it down for an easy paint shot attempt.
Camden Lathos with the ball right now. Back over to number 5. That's Amedi. Over to Sheehy again. A lot of offensive movement by this Conant team. This Conant team really loves their off-ball picks. They do a lot of them, and they did a lot last game as well. There we go, baseline pick for Tavari. Canalesos finally has positioning, but he decides to take the jumper, and it rolls out, unfortunately. Not a shooter's touch or shooter's roll there. Driving inside, Zayden Sullivan stops, pops, misses, short-armed it to the right, and then that is Tullery with the rebound, gives it up to Yusuf Cisse. Cisse with the ball, controlling the pace, slowing it a little bit down. Into the corner to Mehdi. Back up to the top. She has it now. Over to Cisse.
Yeah, and Lyons Township's communication defensively has been awesome. Switching on screens, and again, for a Conant team that prioritizes a lot of off-ball player movement, they're just not able to get any open looks off these screens.
Look at, yeah, right there in the corner, our far corner. That was a great job there, you know, making sure they didn't get the opportunity at the corner three. This is extremely impressive from Lyons.
Yeah, someone's going to need to step up for Conant and be able to create a shot for them, because they're just getting nothing offensively so far.
Like those are the little mistakes. As Mehdi had the ball in the corner, but Cisse didn't put enough on it to where he can immediately stop and pop, and he had the room there immediately. Cisse with the attempt finally gets fouled. Something offensively good happens for the Cougars, as they look like there's going to be a couple of substitutions by both sides coming in here after the first shot. Yusuf Cisse with the shot. They're going to actually do it right now. 90-second mask timeout. Thank you again, IHSA, for implying this, allowing teams to be able to play at their highest level despite having to wear masks.
Yeah. So for Conant offensively right now, it's been tough. And currently with the way their current offense, it just has not been working for them. So it's more, what I'd like to see is some more ball screens, some more action that's going to be able to can get their creators downhill, because basically their current offense, which has just been guys coming off screens, hasn't really generated anything so far. And Lyons has obviously taking complete advantage of it, scoring 15 points so far.
And I think not generating would be an understatement with 2 points so far in the first quarter with 7 minutes through. Not really looking good after what an impressive performance against St. Ignatius.
Yeah.
And it's not like any of them are not. I mean, they aren't really shooting too well, obviously, but it's not like they're missing everything. It's Lyons' defense that is stifling any good shots, as it looks like coming in here is number 25 for Lyons Township. That would be Graham Smith checking in for them, as well as number 3, Jackson Niego, whose older brother made the alternate team last time we held the Jack Tosh here, and that was in 2019. Unfortunately, due to COVID last year, and COVID has also wrecked this one with a few teams like Riverside, Brookfield, and Downers Grove South, and Nazareth having to drop out, unfortunately, as Cisse makes the basket.
Yeah, and so far for Conant, again, some of the keys for the game was, they've been moving the ball decent well. Their ball movement has been good, and they haven't been creating a ton of turnovers so far, and also their defensive rebounding, which is a huge thing, because Lyons is a pretty good offensive rebounding team, has been solid. But again, it's when you just can't get anything going offensively, even doing those two things well, it's really not going to mean much.
Yeah. A foul on number 10 here. That is Michael Shee. And he comes out for Colin Frankia. New members here is number 4 for Conant. That is Austin Potnick, or Patonic. My apologies. I'm 90% sure I'm mispronouncing that last name, and I really hope I'm getting close enough. My apologies. Back up to Billy Batch here at the volleyball line, looking for something. Polanowski off his foot, going to try and save it here. Does successfully. Over to Aiden Sullivan. Back into the corner. Looking drive baseline. Lays it down. Backs up. Here is Graham Smith with the shot. Just barely missing. A little too strong. Cisse here pushing the effort. Frankia here on the wing closest to us. Back up to Patonic. Over to Sheehy. Sorry, that's Isaac Hanley. Lathos with the ball. Looks like they're going to try and take the last shot, maybe. They haven't really been going for anything. But also, as we said, Lyons has not been allowing any good shot opportunities. So we can't tell if they're just trying to get last shot of the quarter or they're just not finding anything like they have been all game.
Yeah, I wonder if they count down, then when maybe 10 seconds they start to run a set play.
Cisse with it. Frankie up at the top.
Yep.
Potnick. Frankie with the long three again. I'd argue there was no legs under that. Misses it probably by about 6 feet. Not great. Not the best first quarter. But if you're Lyons Township, you're really liking the way this game's turned out
you're
so
liking
far.
the offense, and again, it's mainly their defense. Their defense has just been phenomenal. And for a Conant team that, again, is really just creating offense through off-ball screens, and when Lyons are just completely negating anything, there's a reason they only have 4 points right now.
Their switching today has been on point. They've switched every time perfectly, and they haven't allowed any corner threes. That's what Conant really wanted to do. That's how they pulled away in the first game, was they hit, I think, 4 or 5 corner threes in a row. Boom, you're from down 6 all the way up to, I don't know, up 8. Can't really do the math too well there. But they've been really impressive. And for Lyons, you're really looking at this tournament as a whole as you beat down, I think beat by like 38, 36 on Wheaton North. And then you come in here and you're beating a team that beat St. Ignatius, which is a star-studded team, but it hasn't been living up to expectations. I mean, you're really putting the beat down on them so far. So we'll see if it continues this way. Obviously, we both hope that's as competitive as possible.
We want this to be competitive.
So we want to see, another last-second shot, maybe by Colin Frankia, maybe Tavari Johnson gets it this time, but that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Tavari Johnson, start of the game, only 4 points, but probably should have 2 or 3 assists by now. And again, Conant, they need to get in transition. They need to force turnovers. They need to change the way Lyons is playing, because they've been just playing extremely comfortable.
Yeah, because they've been trying, as they did last game, they're trying to rebound here, missed shot by Tavari, and then defensive rebound taken away by Sheehy. Sheehy looking over to Cisse. So Conant's offense is a lot of just like trying to control the pace, but when you're down 11 already, you kind of can't do that. You have to try and get shots up. You got to be hoping and praying you're making your shots, especially on a day like today when Lyons is rarely missing.
Yeah.
Cisse with the ball on the right wing. Is it back up to the top? Lesos with it. That's one thing about Lesos' game. I mean, he's not like a Jokic or anything, but he can definitely create from the top of the key. Franca going in here, out to Lesos. 3-point opportunity, missed here.
And that's a good shot, though, even though it was missed. Got a ball screen, getting in the paint, and getting an open three-pointer.
Johnson, corner 3. Sorry, Johnson gave the assist to the corner 3 by Billy Batch. Chi with it. Over to Frankia. Frankia fakes the 3, dribbles down baseline. They trap him there. That's Graham Smith with the good defensive play. And corner 3 finally by Yusuf Cisse as they bring it within 10 as it's now a 15-7 lead with 6:30 remaining. Or 6:40.
One thing I've seen is that even though this team, again, with Conant having 2 of their best players being sophomore, their team is very poised. Again, not a lot of bad passes, not a lot of turnovers. They're moving the ball until they can find an open shot.
Yes. A jump ball here. Possession arrows in the favor of Lyons. So Lyons going to get the balls. Aiden Sullivan comes back in. And he's going to take out Polanowski as they're going to go a little bit smaller, bringing in the 5'11 senior and taking out, if I could find his name, 6'6 junior Polanowski, as they are going with the cup trap here where they have 3 guys as they get behind the defense is really what you want to do.
Yeah, looks like going in there.
Frankio, with the corner, passing out to the corner 3, Sheehy there. I would have just taken the layup. You had the shot right there. I mean, I know it's hard, but, wide open layup because you were able to get above everybody else. Take your opportunities. Missed there a little too strong. Sheehy with the rebound.
And it'll be interesting what Conant does because it looks like, they're, back to man. Did a little 2-1-2 for possession.
Billy Batch with a backdoor cut. They loved that. Great defensive play by Aiden Sullivan. Or, sorry, that's Jackson Niego with the defensive play.
Yeah, that's a play we've seen many times.
Great steal here by Hanley, showing off that defensive prowess I was talking about. Reads the pass there and is able to take it. Throws it off the back of the backboard. Able to recover it. It's Conant with it. Yusuf Cisse has it. Back up to Hanley.
And again, one thing I think Conant's done an awesome job so far is controlling the pace. You see, even when they get the defensive rebound, you're not, trying to go super fast, and a lot of their possessions have been 30-second plus, which is the exact way Conant likes to run their offense.
Charge here probably. Yes, it is. That was an aggressive back down as Aiden Sullivan takes the charge. Good job by him. Whenever you're a smaller player like Aiden Sullivan is, you always want to try and take charges because that's really helpful at not allowing someone to out-muscle you.
Yeah.
As coming back in is Shreyas Tulare coming in for Isaac Hanley, goes down to the bench. Niego with the ball. Bring it up now. Looks like they're going a 3-guard lineup. Johnson with it. Johnson drives left, hesitates,
Wow,
tries
he
to
just
lay
rips it
down.
away.
Looking for a foul there as Tulare takes the ball. Cisse going back, stops, pops. Oh, misses barely, a little too strong into the right. Johnson with the defensive rebound.
And while
Pushing
we've
over
been
Fenster.
commending the, that's a tough take by Tavares Johnson. But I mean, 3.5
basketball.
minutes so far, and this Conant defense has only allowed 2 points. So they've done a much better job defensively, and they haven't been really allowing.
Frankie
Lyons
here with
have
the
a ton of
Euro
good-
step and the foul. On going up though, not on the floor. As you were saying.
Yeah, and Conant's defense has been, again, playing much better. And again, really not allowing much open shots. And hey, hopefully they can get to a single-digit game through these free throws.
Make here by Frankia. The other interesting about Conant is that that they have been controlling the pace, as you said, still controlling the pace, which is really good because sometimes if you try and push it too hard, then the lead just gets bigger and bigger because you're not able to hit your shots because you're not looking for the good shots. As here, Patonic comes in for Frankia, and he goes to the bench after making both his free throws, making an 8-point game here, 17-9 with 4:26 remaining in the second quarter. Polanowski with it, back to Sullivan. Bringing it up, directing traffic. Over to Niego on the left wing, right wing. Squaring up Patonic. ISOing, goes baseline, jumper, a little too strong. Great offensive rebound there by Graham Smith. Puts it back up and in. That's the plays you love to see from your big men.
Yeah, getting the offensive rebound, something they haven't been doing super well so far, and converting that and making it a double-digit game.
Back to a 10-point lead here. Back up to Cisse at the top. Inside to Lasos. Great steal here by Niego. Pushing up to Johnson. Johnson going to try and go for it. He is. Nice scoop layup there. Tavari Johnson with the points to make it a 12-point lead after the timeout.
Yeah, and those are two, again, Lyons Township plays that kind of define their team. Getting the offensive rebound, converting the two, and then forcing the turnover and getting the ball in transition. And if you're Conant and you keep allowing plays like this can go from a 12-point game to a 20-point game very quickly.
Yeah. If you're Conant, you're really trying to keep this game within lead, and you probably want to get it down to 6 at halftime because
That'd be
after
cool.
starting that poorly and being down 13 nearly immediately, if you can get it within like less than half of that, which would be 6 or 7, that's going to be a really impressive second quarter.
Yeah, they just, again, cannot let this lead get bigger than 20.
We are back after a mask timeout. I thought it was a timeout called by, or it was a timeout called by Conant. Quite the long timeout. As they bring out Graham Smith, Jackson Niego, Aiden Sullivan. That is Polanowski comes back in. And then Tavari Johnson is, for the first time today, number 33 for the Conant Cougars comes in. That's going to be David Klug. Klug playing inside. Cisse at the logo. Brings it back right to Patonic. It's going nearly a full bench lineup here. And Conant back over, three-point attempt here. Oh, a little too strong. Good offensive rebound there. You love offensive rebounds.
Oh, yeah. These second chance opportunities, again, these have been solid possessions where, again, they're moving the ball well. They're just waiting until they can get an open shot.
Here, great closeouts here. As it looked like they've had a couple open shots here. Conant has, and then foul here, probably an over the back or reach by Graham Smith. Looks like they're calling in 25. Just physical contact, I think. Coming back in as two of the starters, that would be Isaac Hanley as well as Camden Lathos. Up to Hanley, quick shot, good. Little floater there. Good for them to bring in a 10-point lead. Pushing the effort, Will Carroll, nice layup there with the left hand. Good pass there by Tavari Johnson. That's probably something that surprised me the most, because going into this, I didn't know much about Tavari Johnson. I knew he was the focal point of Lions offense. Three-point attempt here by Batonek, little long, as Polanowski's just going to square or box out, not square off, box out Isaac Hanley to make sure that that ball is in Lions possession. But as I was saying, Tavari Johnson here, I thought, focal point of the offense, thinking just a scorer, but this man is impressed with his playmaking. Really, really good playmaking, which can translate to the next level and is going to help him hopefully, get to go professional one day.
Yeah, his passing IQ is off the charts, and he loves to target these guys inside the paint. And speaking of the paint, look
at those laydown passes. He does it every time, and unfortunately, that the two big men haven't really been able to control it all that often, as they've been a little bit aggressive.
No, that's the fourth time Tavari Johnson has made a pass to a player right in the rim, and they haven't been able to convert any points from it. So Conant's been getting
2-3 zone here. So you got to close out hard on Frankie, who can hit the three, but didn't there. Johnson pushing hard, going to go right down the middle, slows down. That's one thing that's also impressed me is this drive game. He has great deceleration, a lot like Brandon Ingram. That's kind of what helps him. Oh, aggressive play there by Johnson. Yeah,
his speed, and again, just great ability to move in air, and just an extremely skilled driver. He's got 10 points, and 6 of those already being in transition.
Exactly. Johnson, with his speed, as you were saying, if you can decelerate fast, you can really throw off the defense, just like he did there, extending the lead to 14 points with 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining. 3-point here by Sheehy.
There you
Good. Brings it back into 11. Johnson with the ball is running their main point guard back again, or main ball handler, I should say. Polanowski drive, stop, pop, good.
Yeah, and
27 points.
He's had 8 on the game and has really been the secondary scorer for this Lions team so far, and has been super efficient on the shot attempts this game.
Across the way, skip pass there to Cisse. Conant has really good skip passes, I noticed. Always hitting each other in the chest and making sure you're getting it with a lot of velocity and not making it like a turtle pass. As my 8th grade head coach would say, is that he would bench you if you had a turtle pass. And none of these have been. They have a little bit of arc, obviously.
Yeah, their passing has been great so far. The only issue is that this passing has not led to any attempts at the rim.
And the offensive philosophy here by Conant is get the best shot available, and when they're not being allowed, Sheehy here with the attempt, travel. I didn't see a travel there, kind of caught, but I guess he kind of stepped up a little bit without ever dribbling it, but made the three anyways. Still got to be a confidence booster there.
Yeah, Lyons has really led them, because the majority of these Conant offensive possessions have been led, again, longer, a lot of, again, possessions with a large amount of passes, but no easy looks. They're all usually going to be either maybe a slightly open look or a contested three-pointer.
And Billy Batch coming back in for Niego. Sullivan comes around the screen, stops. Another travel. Feet are slipping here at the York Campbell Gym. As soon as that happens, nearly everyone on the floor starts to wipe their shoes. Got to make sure that doesn't happen
maybe
again.
Coming in with the snow.
Possibly.
A little slippery.
It is beautiful snow out there, but scary to drive. Be careful out there, folks, as Isaac Hanley misses the three to the left to finish out the first half. Quick recap. Score is 27-14 in favor of Lyons Township Lions, the Lyons. Great job by them offensively and defensively. They've just been quite impressive. I actually, going into this, thought Conant was going to give them a run for their money and possibly even win this game after what they did last time. But Lyons has come out and shown we are the way better team, and now Conant's got to really work hard to come back, as the lead didn't really change much as it's now 13.
Yeah, Tavari Johnson and Polanowski combining for 67% of their points have been great offensively. Tavari has probably made 6 or 7 just, well, college, NBA level passes so far, and their offense has been great. And again, defensively, the main issue with this Conant team is they don't really have players that can attack off the dribble. They don't have players that can really self-create a lot of their own shots. And while their passing is really good, they have not been able to create a ton of open looks inside of the paint. And also getting on, they've had maybe 1 or 2 transition opportunities so far in this game.
The other thing that's really interesting about this Lions team, it's like, I mean, I don't want to always make the comparison to the most popular team in the state right now, which is Glenbard West, but they are kind of like Glenbard West, but, obviously much smaller, as they have a rotation of guys in Polanowski, Elliott Russell, who will come in the second half. He was really effective last game when he came in, as well as Billy Batch, and then Will Carroll and Graham Smith, all 6'4" through 6'6", pretty big guys, super athletic and lanky, and they're able to really stifle up passing lanes. And that's probably the main thing, is that you're not allowed to pass anything into the paint because they just got their arms out the whole time. Their shoulders got to be really sore after these games, and they are really impressive there with their length and their defensive ability. And then they have the foot speed to switch on guards. It's quite impressive. And that's what makes this Lions defense so good.
Yeah, and again, and then being able to do both effectively, going from man in the first quarter to a zone in the second quarter. Again, this Lions defense is elite and is going to provide any high-powered offense struggles.
As well as, I mean, you were there for the York game. I wasn't able to, as in York versus Lyons Township at Lyons. And then not only can they run a zone super effectively, they can run man super effectively. Their probably best defense is press, three-quarters court or full court presses. York had the lead going into halftime, and then they lose by nearly 30, I think. I don't know if it was that much. I hope it wasn't.
I don't think it was 30. It was like 20. But again, the main thing is that for the York game, in the second half, they really kind of translated to press, and they had Tavari Johnson just as the top guy, and he probably forced 4 or 5 turnovers in the third quarter, which again creates so many transition opportunities. And I think in the key in all of these games is going to be how much can you score in transition, how much can you translate these points off turnovers into easy baskets.
Yeah, and it's really effective, especially with someone as athletic as Tavari Johnson, because I think one of the most underrated athleticism markers is that second bounce, because a lot of people bite on that first pump fake, that first pass fake, that first dribble fake, and they pounce on it. They try to get attacking because they're wanting to try and create turnovers. But then the offense tries and takes such of this, but then if they're not able to, because you're able to bounce back into position. You're able to get back into position just as quick as they're able to try and take advantage of you being out of position. That's the biggest thing, and I think that is what all of the defenders, all of the players on Lions are able to do. Well, thank you so much for listening to our about 2.5-minute halftime show, and we're going to take a little break. Join us back in about 6 minutes and 30 seconds for the second half of the Lyons Township versus Conant Cougars high school basketball game, second round of the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic here at York High School. We are back. Second half of this Conant Cougars versus Lyons Township basketball game. I mean, obviously, doesn't look like a hockey game to me.
And Josh, what are your 3 key things Conant can do?
My 3 key
The
things.
3 key things Conant to do
So,
to hopefully come back.
They're
going
to be like really insightful, quite insightful. Hit your shots.
Okay.
No turnovers.
That's okay.
And wait for this. Wait for this. Offensive rebounding.
Those are big.
Those are big. Those are big because when you're down this big, you really need everything to go right, and that pretty much takes care of everything. You know, hit your shots when you don't get the rebound, and then also don't turn over the ball. So
not wrong with that. And also being able to keep this number 5 guy, Tavari Johnson, in check. That's gonna go a long way.
I mean, and we've been kind of ragging on their defense, but it hasn't necessarily been bad. Like 27 points is not anything crazy. Billy Batch here in the corner with the 3. Misses here. Good rebound there by Camden Lathos.
Yeah, he's done an awesome job rebounding. Like, he is not really allowed a ton of offensive rebounding to LT, which they typically do well.
And someone who's more of a skinnier player than at least the 2 bigs that Lyons puts out there, he's really good at getting positioning on these 2. And he is a little bit taller than them, and he uses his length to get around them. Screen here. Good screen there. And then another good screen by Lathos. Screening is an underrated skill. He's not able to get the offensive rebound there.
Yeah,
one of my keys not successful there. Tavari Johnson drives left, stops, throws under again. Now, we might have been talking about the laydown passes there, but I don't know.
Yeah, again, he's aggressive with those. If he sees even a tiny crease, he likes to throw it, which, you know, again, most times he'll lead a layup.
Corner 3 here.
Wow.
Overshot it. I don't think, has someone hit something from that corner 3? I think both.
No, that's been
both
rough.
attempts. Both attempts have been air balls, I'm pretty sure. So that might be the cursed corner, which is good for Conant because that's Lyons Township's basket now. As Lathos with the ball gives it to Hanley. Both teams go with their starting lineup here. Starting out the second half as they started out the first, and the whole game for that matter. Hanley with the ball. Over to Yusuf Cisse. He has not been able to get anything on Tavari Johnson. Tavari Johnson's really played great defense. Lay down pass there. Well, that's not really a lay down. That's just a pass to the post.
Little post entry feed. And again, this Conant, long possessions, but really just unable to find anything. And it always leads to like a semi-contested 3, which is just not a recipe for good offense.
Carroll was pushing it there.
Oh, good
great
find.
Pass.
Wow, and one.
The foul and one opportunity here.
That was
great
a beautiful
job by
post
Billy
pass.
Batch.
Great cut.
And then Polanowski not even looking his way. No look wraparound.
Yeah, knowing where
pass.
he's going. And one. Again, transition offense is the key in these games.
And get it here, right there in the chest rim to do a simple, scoop layup. That's really what you want to see, especially from this Lyons team. Johnson, as I was saying, defensively. So Yusuf Cisse, as I was saying at the beginning of the game, was probably the best player on this Conant Cougars team. I mean, Lathos has been standing out a lot as well this game, and as I said, he was really good last game as well, kind of controlling the pace towards the end of the game. But with Cisse, is that his thing was that he was, more athletic and had a better quick first step than, whoever was guarding him, unless it was A.J. Red. Really, he had the quick first step over whoever was guarding him on St. Ignatius. So he was able to get by, stop, come back, and then, be able to have a wide open mid-range shot, or he's able to get fully past them and get a nice layup or a floater in. And he hasn't been able to do that because Tavari Johnson stayed in front of him really
I mean, he is so quick. Again, someone who I wouldn't be surprised is a West Suburban Silver all-defensive player.
Oh, for sure. And all, West Suburban Silver League.
Easy beat.
All team.
All team.
All team.
All team.
The all
West
team.
Suburban all team.
All NBA team, but for the West Suburban League. So
Yeah.
the all West Suburban League team. Silver in particular. Billy Batch here with the free throw. To make the lead 16 to double, or they're already over.
No, yeah, they're already over double.
My apologies. Makes it 30 here. Conant, you're really going to need to go on a run here.
I mean, again, I highly doubt they're going to really change their shot selection. So it's going to be mainly threes. And it's just, can they get hot from the three-point range?
And Lyons looks like they're trying to put on the pressure to see if they could really get this lead, because they're going to want to, they probably want to just throw in their bench here.
It looks like they're back to, or might be, I don't know if their first time. They're running a little 2-3 zone right now.
Not their first time. They were doing it until the last minute of the second quarter.
Oh, was it a 2-3 or was it a?
It was 2-3 because they were closing out on the wing aggressively. And that's where all the skip passes came in. Because they're going to try that again, trying to get inside. Miscommunication there. Turnover. You know, so far, hasn't really hit shots. No offensive rebounds and a couple of turnovers. Not attacking my keys all that well.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate for them, as they really need to if they're going to want to try and get a win here today. As back comes in number 12 and number 5, which are Leonard Ameti. This is for Conant, by the way. Leonard Ameti and Shreyas Tulare, as Johnson with it, travel again. They are really calling this tournament. I've noticed it's where they catch the ball and step back. They're calling that a travel.
Yeah, you really got to watch,
time.
again, your footwork catching the ball. Because, again, third time this game. And, again, it looks like they're, are they in a 1? Yeah, it's not a 2-3. They're in a, it's like
looks like they're in a press, then rotate down to a 2-3 once it's half court.
Okay, they're in 2-3. And, again, one of them, the key thing in, again, attacking a 2-3 is getting the ball into the middle, which is something I know with Conant they're going to be trying to do.
Especially with Lasoth there. But then Will Carroll, with his long arms out there, has been defending the entire paint. And, you know, paying attention to the ball, that's the main thing. Because, you know, if you're not paying attention in the center, as a man who's been the center of many 2-3s, is that if you're not paying attention to the ball, they'll throw it right over your head to a man right behind you. And you're either going to foul them or they're going to make a wide open layup.
Yeah.
Shi with the ball. Looking left to Cisse. Goes back the other way. Really aggressive 2-3 zone, playing all the way up to the three-point line. Once again, another nearly minute-long possession. Another miscommunication out of bounds here. That time it was Leonard Ameti who threw it away, as Michael Sheehy wanted to cut, but Ameti was trying to reset the offense with Sheehy, as Tavari Johnson now has the ball. Gives it up to Palinowski. Over to Billy Batch. And Sullivan back to Palinowski. Drives baseline, goes up with it. Little too strong. Will Carroll offensive rebound. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson fake jab. Inside again, a little hard as a foul there. It's going to be on the floor. Number 5 for Conant. Reach and foul as he reached over the shoulder of the center there to try and just poke away the ball. And when you reach in like that, that's not legal here in basketball.
Can't do that. Not be reaching. But again, with a 2-3, it's again Conant having these longer possessions, but not being able to get anything. And that's been the key of the game. They're passing the ball decently well, just no offensive advantages. High credit to this LT defense. For
sure, and we're going to see if we can see this LT defense all the way to the quarterfinals, as that's probably going to be their toughest opponent in the quarterfinals. This next round, they're going to have to play Highland Park, who actually lost their first game. Unfortunately, Nazareth, who won the game in overtime, had
don't
to drop
forget about
out
Sandberg. They can play Sandberg, too.
They could play. I was just going to get to Sandberg.
Don't disrespect Sandberg.
I won't disrespect Sandberg, even though they lost their scrimmage game to Christ the King, who came in. Thank you very much, Christ the King.
Again, really helping us, giving us more.
Helping us, giving us
more
more
stuff
basketball
to announce.
to
More
watch.
basketball. Can't complain about that. It was a great game, too. 2-point game.
2-point game. Real close game. And, you know, as long as it's a close game, it's always going to be fun.
We cannot complain. I don't care who's playing. Even if it's some fourth graders. Some fourth graders come in, but it goes into OT.
I'm excited.
I'm all here for it. I want to commentate about some kid who's just, maybe it's like 4'8", tries to shoot a 3.
NBA range.
NBA range. No, falls a couple of feet short, but we are back. And
back on task. Let's go Lions.
Let's go.
And Conant. Go Conant. Go Lions. No bias here. So Conant comes back out with the same, looks like the same roster for both the teams coming out of the timeout.
And
Johnson off the backboard.
I like the idea,
Sullivan.
but just
Johnson wanted the oop, but I don't know about that angle. That angle was a really bad angle. Hence the fact it hit the backboard.
You kind of have to like scoop it under instead of trying to like throw it, or maybe try to throw it over the backboard. But that's just really a tough play in that position.
Inefficient passing there, but you know, Conant has the ball now. Back to the top, left to Sheehy. Skip pass again. Good shot here. Ameti a little long. Foul here, going in the favor of Lyons Township. Cannot tell who that was. Niego coming in for Billy Batch. That looks like that's the switching that they're doing. And Colin Frankia comes back in with Pontiac. That is Austin Pontiac, full name there. It looks like they're starting to put on the pressure. Not really like a super aggressive, full court, but 3 quarters. Conant here on the defensive end.
You know, and again, they've done a good job because only allowing 3 points in this quarter. And since the first quarter, by my knowledge,
good block there.
It's been 15 to 12 in these past 2 quarters. So Conant again has been playing much better defense, but their offense really, again, when you're playing against this 2-3 zone and you're not attacking the gaps at all or trying to kind of collapse the defense, which they haven't been doing. It's not going to lead them to, again, scoring 0 points so far in this third quarter. And Tavari Johnson doing
right
that, just jumping up maybe 30 inches in the air and just snagging that ball.
Yeah. Says no. I get confused by this. I commentated the Hinsdale South Palatine game earlier today. It was a near 3. Another turnover force. No. Good play there by Tillery to keep the ball in the possession of the Conant Cougars. Is Lathos with the ball, but as I was saying, a lot of teams, he way overshoots that.
Nothing.
Defensive.
Not even that.
I don't even know if that was a rebound. That might be considered a steal. Polanowski with the 3-point attempt. Rolls around the rim. Great job there by Graham Smith, who checked in the game without my knowledge. Graham Smith there looks for the fadeaway. Another offensive rebound by Graham Smith. Really effective on the offensive boards. Pass it down to Polanowski, who gets the bucket to go. The lead is now 20. That is unfortunate for the Conant Cougars as they're going to try and push. But as I was saying with the press is that, a lot of teams try and pass back and forth with that while the team that has the press puts their most athletic guy there. And there was so many steals in the game earlier. Fun fact, Palatine broke the record for the most steals in a Jack
How many?
Tosh. It was 17 steals by Palatine today. A little pump fake there by Yusuf Cisse. And then a defensive rebound again by Aiden Sullivan. Gives it to Johnson. Johnson drives right or left, and then stops, pops, good. 22-point lead now for Lyons Township.
And Tavari is 14 so far in the game.
Tavari really showing why he's going to go to play at the next level. And, not a D2 or D3 school, but a really good school in Akron here. Cool jerseys. I like their gold and navy blue, but Conant here, they also have nice jerseys with the red and blue pinstriping down the back with it cutting back, and then a cool font in the top as Colin Frankia goes up with it.
There we go. Again, when you get in the paint, attack the rim, free throws.
Yep, they've been a little bit too scared so far to try and attack the paint. I mean, the Lyons Township defenses we've been raving about all game has been really good, obviously, but you still got to take risks.
They haven't even made attempts. They're just kind of like content with just passing the ball around the perimeter and not. And free throw is good there. It's now a 21-point game, and it's man. I just want to see, again, from a Conant team that played great against St. Ignatius, just not being able to do anything offensively.
It's really unfortunate. It was such a fun team to watch yesterday. As they bring back in their starting lineup, and as Graham Smith and Elliott Russell, as I was talking about earlier, both coming in as replacement for the starting bigs and Will Carroll and Polanowski. Johnson here sidesteps, almost jumps and creates a travel, but doesn't. Niego down to Russell. Russell back out to Niego. Niego driving, back out to Russell. Russell stop, pop, shoot. No. Graham Smith with nearly another offensive rebound. Great job by Austin Patonic there to steal it from him. Patonic here, probably transition 3. Nope. Good defense there by Graham, trying to get it around Tavari Johnson to get it to Hanley, who gives it to Sheehy. Sheehy with the ball. Hanley jumps, shoots. No good, though, there around. Colin Frankia trying to steal the ball from Sullivan. 2-on-2. The number 2 on number 2. A weird deflection there down to Graham Smith for the score. 12 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Good pump fake there by Sheehy, who gives it to the corner. No good by Colin Frankia, who had the attempt. Aggressive steal again there. Long shot here.
Oh,
off the top of the
top.
Off, I don't know what that's called. The overhang of the backboard.
The overhanger almost went in. Wouldn't have counted, but.
Wouldn't have counted because that's considered out of bounds, but still would have been really cool to watch. So it is now a 22-point lead. So it
Yeah.
looks like it's not getting much better for the Conant Cougars going into this final period here. You know, not going to call any game, right? But
It's not over till it's over.
you get hot from 3, bada bing, bada boom. You know, you hit 7 threes, which is no small task.
Yeah.
But you hit 7 threes, you're a 1-point game. So if you get hot, I could definitely see this Conant team, you know, taking more risks and just shooting. And I think that's part of it, is that they've been shooting so poorly.
Yeah.
You know, haven't been shooting well today. So then they don't want to take the risk, which, you know, makes sense, because you don't want to let a lead get to this point. When it's at this point, with this much time left, it's kind of like you got to take your risks at this point.
Yeah. And again, the Conant defense has been playing well, but it feels like the Lions is also just missing on a lot of opportunities today. They also have been shooting very well. You know, about only 38 points through 3 quarters. So if they do start hitting their shots, this game can again get even more out of hand.
Definitely. In last game, this really shows the the holisticness of this Lyons Township team. That's a big word there.
Yeah. Wait, what is that? Can you inform some of the watchers if they don't know what holistic means in a basketball sense?
Their all-around game, because last game I think they put up like 67 points on Wheaton North. And, you know, they were able to put up a ton of points and show how great they are offensively. And today they're holding a team that put up nearly 50 points yesterday down to under 20 so far. Wonder if it'll stay that way. As another missed and another rebound by Graham Smith, who's been playing like Oscar Shibwe of Kansas with all these defensive and offensive rebounds. Jackson Iego going down the baseline.
Oscar Shibwe, isn't he?
Oh, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
My bad.
Kentucky.
My
Except
bad.
the Blue Buds.
Kentucky.
And wow.
Oh,
Again,
what a move there.
that's just that incredible shot creation from Tavari Johnson. Just be able to do a string of crossovers between the legs into that pull-up jumper, which he has hit 3 on the day so far.
Really good shot there. Isaac Hanley with the ball. Looking in Camden Lathos' way. They get it to him, just they had to go through Colin Frankia first. Great offensive rebound there by Isaac Hanley. This is what I was talking about, the hustle guy who's really good on the boards and defensively. They give it back to Lathos as they understand that it's the backup bigs here, and they get Lathos almost an and one. He's disappointed, probably want that one to roll in. You know, his luck has not been good today in terms of he's hit the rim a lot of times, and it's not bounced in for him, unfortunately. But he recognizes, and so does Conant, as they recognize that they have their backup bigs in, so they're trying to really attack it as he drains the free throw.
And that was one of the best offensive possessions from Conant today. They were not only get an offensive rebound, but they were able to, again, get in the paint, drive, find the guy in the middle, which they did earlier, and also there was a guy, when they did get the ball in the middle, under the basket as well.
Lathos hits his second free throw to make it 18-40. Whistle here by the ref. Don't know what's going on. Looks like he wants a towel. What spot on the floor?
What spot on the floor?
Make sure no one hurts themselves under the basket, especially there. That's really dangerous. Someone can slip, you know, tear something in their knee. We hope not. Knock on wood. We're just saying we're glad that was mopped up. As they're putting on that full court pressure now, Conant is, and then backs out of it as soon as I say that. Down to Johnson on the right wing. Drives right, stops, floater from the sideline. So good. He's challenging 20 now with 18 points and still giving effort on the defensive end. That's what you love to see. Tavari Johnson there. Tried to trap Yusuf Cisse there.
Gets the tip
there. Didn't really do anything, though. Hanley with the ball. Looking inside. Gets it to the side. Here we go. Isaac Hanley. Inside to Lathos. Jumper. Misses again off the rim. Not his day today. Tavari Johnson with the ball. Driving right. Stops at the free throw line. Shoots it. Little too much. Graham Smith again with an offensive rebound.
Wow.
Elliott Russell gets fouled on going up after Graham Smith passed him the ball.
Yeah, these last 2 quarters, Graham Smith has been awesome on the offensive glass.
Oh, my goodness. Graham Smith has really been effective. That's one of those players that, you know, you don't really talk about too much, you know, because he's not going to put up a ton in the stat sheet. He's had quite a lot of minutes and only 4 points. But, you know, and he might come out here because he has three fouls against him. Doesn't look like it. They're pulling out Tavari Johnson. I think that's his first time sitting this game.
Yeah.
Probably not. And we have a new player coming out here for we have a new player coming out for Lyons Township, number 22. That is Corey Ager. Elliott Russell going in. Loses the ball once, twice. I think Ager gets
good
blocked
block
there by Hanley. Elliott Russell going up with again and finally makes it.
Tough finish.
Very tough finish as Conant had good defensive there, but not good enough rebounding. There's 3 bigs here, all 6'5" or taller on the floor with Graham, Smith, Ager, and Elliott Russell there. Oh, a little miscommunication there. Both Smith and Russell went up for it, and they couldn't come down with it, but Colin Frankia comes underneath and gets it. Frankia looking for it, gives it back to Hanley. Hanley should look at the skip pass to Sheehy. He's wide open, nothing. Yusuf Cisse with an awful 3-point attempt, possibly blocked there. Hanley again.
Just the volleyball spikes that into the floor.
That was a loud no, that was a
I
loud
mean, actually, no, that was a block. He
basketball.
just ends up beautiful.
Block and volleyball there. Yusuf Cisse, little star step there. Now they're really starting to get in these lanes.
Yeah, and even though they're down 26, there's still high defensive activity. Tipping ball is getting into passing lanes.
For sure. It gives them more confidence going into I'm trying to remember the name. I keep wanting to say composition.
The composition.
The bracket. The other
bracket.
The losers bracket?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name for that? Is it just
The
losers
consolation.
bracket? Consolation. That's the word.
That is the name.
My brain blanked there. Consolation bracket.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting the benches in for both teams.
Yeah, it looks like it as all starters are off the floor now. Number 14 for Lyons Township joins us as he is that is Connor Carroll, brother of starter Will Carroll, I'm assuming. If not, apologies. As, you know, as mainly no starters here as
Looks
2
like
Conant players.
Yusuf Cisse is still in, but otherwise,
Yeah, Yusuf Cisse is right now the only starter left on the floor. Everyone else, you know, going to the bench here, as it is unfortunately not that close of a game, as Lyons Township really looking to get some good momentum. Good pass there and good finish there through traffic. That is Mr. Corey Ager with the good finish.
Yeah, that's been probably the key difference in the game so far is points in the paint between the 2 teams. Conant has only had...
Sorry, let me interrupt you one sec. I was looking at the Conant roster for number 22. If we go over here, it's Carter Reed who's been making those plays. So whenever I've shouted out Corey Ager or number 22 on Lyons Township, that has actually been Carter Reed. My apologies.
But yeah, as I was saying, the points in the paint differential has... It really is probably the size of the lead as again I feel like I've been repeating myself, but Conant having really any ability to get into the lane and get those easy layups, whether it be off an offensive rebound, a dump pass, really just being able to get into the paint with ease and converting on those attempts.
Driving here to the left, number 14 Connor Carroll. Gets the bucket. Timeout on the floor for Lyons. They use their first timeout of the half with 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. As it is now nearly a 30-point lead. Now the goal for Lyons, even though they have the bench in, is see if you can keep this team to scoring 30 points less than they did yesterday and keep them under
impressive.
20. That would be a showing and really show that they might upset a couple teams on their way to possibly, don't want to jinx them, possibly a Jack Tosh tournament championship here, as this Lyons team has been one of the most impressive I've seen here.
I mean, they have the star player in Tavares Johnson. They have the shooting around them and elite defense. Again, they have it. They have the keys. Forced turnovers, offensive rebounding. They really fill in all the requirements for a team who is able to win the prestige Jack Tosh tournament.
For sure. As Lyons, you know, we should really be expecting this because they're just barely a tier below these top teams as their only 2 losses. They are currently 8-2 on the season. Their only 2 losses being to, unfortunately, a 30-point loss to Glenbard West.
But I mean, Glenbard West,
you know, it's Glenbard West. You got
Glenbard West.
5 D1 recruits. That's really an impressive team, and they are really standing out as the second best team in the West Suburban Silver League. And if it was any other year, most definitely the first in the West Suburban Silver League. And one of the best as they bring in the deep benches here, as we have number 10, Kalen McManaman, coming in for Lyons Township. That is the only change they made. As bringing in for Conant, nearly with the rebound there is number 20, Varan Mittal. And then pushing the floor is Graham Mertz. Probably going to call a blocking there. The man who took the blocking is number 31, Adavar Rena. Once again, apologies if I'm mispronouncing anything. And then as well as on the floor is number 25.
Did you say Graham Mertz?
Graham Mertz?
Yeah.
When did I say I didn't say
you said Graham Mertz.
No.
Oh.
Benisne Nadir, as well as free throw attempt here. Good. There's a 1-and-1 there. As they bring in for Lyons, they bring in Matthew DeSimone, number 30, and they also bring in number 23, Louis Kaminsky. And then to finish out Conant's changes, they bring back in 30, Keegan Herbert. I think that finished out the lineup here for the teams that is currently out for both teams. Forgot the 22 that I was talking about early. Corey Ager is now in.
Yeah, and it's always fun for these guys who usually don't really get minutes in the Tosh, getting these end-of-game minutes, getting some reps in.
For sure, and they're not going to be trying right there.
That was a great strip.
McManaman trying to push the effort. Great steal and great find and feed and finish. The 3 Fs of basketball. Find, feed, finish.
Those are the 3 Fs of basketball. Find, feed, finish.
Yeah. Those are great job there by
not aware of that.
By Colin McManaman. Great job there by him. And you know, there's no lack of effort by these players as they're trying to get in the starting lineup or consistent rotation. So they're going to be trying. But Corey Ager passes it to the ref there, right in front of us. Ref, nice catch.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he was ready for the moment, ready to spot up.
He was ready for the moment, spot up and shoot. As it looks like this game's going to be just about over. Kicking it out here. Back up to the top is Lyons Township. Like I said, they're all trying to get in the rotation. So these players are still going to be trying hard with all the minutes that they get being towards the end of the bench of these teams. Colin McManaman finding really good passes here.
Oh, yeah.
Not, missing the opportunity is Carter Reed, unfortunately. But McManaman's been showing that he should be on this rotation. There's really good finds there and really good defense so far.
You're a big man-to-man believer?
McManaman.
Man-to-man.
McManaman believer. That's what I am.
Yeah, I'm trying to make like a man-to-man joke, but it's really not really getting anything for it.
Yeah, my bad.
Man.
Went right over my head. Anyways, back on task, on topic, as we are trying to announce an actual basketball game going on. Here we are, number 14. Connor Carroll with the ball, drives less, kicks back out to McManaman. McManaman with the floater.
Wow.
Nice, makes it.
Man has been really impressive in these past couple of minutes.
Yes, he has. Over, back up to the top, resetting the offense. The next game will face off against Lyons Township, is safe to say, with 31 seconds left. And over as more point deficit that Conant is under than seconds left in the game. Looks like Lyons is really going to handle.
They have tripled their score. They've officially tripled their score.
Wow.
Which I think, has any team done that so far?
I don't think so. So Lyons putting on arguably the most dominant performance here. Ager with the 3-point attempt, rebound here.
And that will be it.
That'll be it as they're going to dribble it out. Wow. Score of 55-18. A team that was posted by Sloshay, shout out Sloshay. Team that was posted by Sloshay yesterday for a crazy game winner over St. Ignatius loses by over 3 times the score. Very sorry for the Conant
But hey,
Cougars.
any time to have a buzzer beater against a team who is preseason ranked top 5 in the state, it's a good feeling. Again, being on the bench, again, many times for those buzzer beaters, it is the best feeling in the world. Even though, again, a tough loss against one of the better teams in the state. Again, great first game performance. And Conant, again, this is, again, an elite offense and 55 points is generally what they typically actually probably score under. So, again, Conant's still, again, probably one of the better teams that's going to be in this consolation tournament. And, hey, I would say, could be one of the favorites to win the consolation tournament bracket.
For sure, this Conant team can really go far in the consolation bracket. And then this Lyons team, we're excited to see where they go from here. So tune back in tomorrow, and then tune in tomorrow for them to play the next game that is going on, the winner of this next game, I should say, between Highland Park and Carl Sandburg High School. And that game is at 5 o'clock, same link, here on YSN. Please subscribe, as we are trying to bring the best announcing and the best footage of these high school athletes, as we put in a lot of work and the athletes put in a ton of work to try and we're trying to broadcast all that effort that they've put in. And if you want to keep watching us and watching these high school athletes throughout the rest of the Tosh, all games are going to be broadcast here on this channel, York Sports Network, for the rest of the Tosh, and subscribe to stick around. It's going to be really awesome, and we're going to keep broadcasting York sports throughout the rest of the year and going into 2022. Thank you so much for joining us. As I just said, please subscribe, like it, so then the live streams get bigger and more people see them.
I mean, this might be a little difficult because I think a lot of people are watching on their TVs.
For
so they don't really have accounts, so they can't really like or subscribe.
Well, if you're not watching on your TV, try and subscribe. It really helps us out. Thank you very much
really
for
helps
listening
Josh
and
seeing
watching.
The subscribers. Actually, no. Just being informed, a lot of our viewers are iOS. So if you can give Josh some help, he really wants to see our get some subscriber growth. But we will see you in 20 minutes with Highland Park and Carl Sandburg.
Thank you very much for listening.